And now it's time for more of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's Talk Hookup. This portion of the show is sponsored in part by Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup. Rancho Leonero, where your wildest Baja dreams come true. Maui Jim Sunglasses, the choice of the best captains. Shimano Rods and Reels, fish with the best. Shimano. And by Yamaha Outboards, official motor sponsor of Let's Talk Hookup. Here we go. Another great hour of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's Talk Hookup. Here's Pete Gray and Rock Cod Rick Maxa.
Welcome back. Hour number 2. Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090. Pete Gray here with Rock Cod Rick Maxa back in the Mighty 1090 studio after an awesome Tackle Day live broadcast yesterday and an awesome day down there at the San Diego Landings and Fisherman's Landing, and that was great. Captain JJ Gerritsen, formerly the local guy here that ran the Apollo for many, many years and other boats, commercial albacore fisherman on the Pikey now. And that's pretty cool. I mean, I love this show. JJ, you're such an awesome guest.
It's fun.
so much fun having you in, talking about something that's so different. And what's so cool about you is that you're a San Diego guy.
Yeah.
And you're a surfer, you're a fisherman, you're still a San Diego guy, but then you go do this wild thing in the Northwest for 4 months a year and have all this new knowledge to bring our listeners. It's really cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. So
yeah.
Thanks for taking the time. Now, one thing I want to tell you is he's got this awesome custom pack albacore that probably not that many cans to sell. Right?
No.
It's very
supplies
limited.
are limited. Yeah.
It's like an endangered species can, but it's like top quality.
It is
beyond
it's super
anything
premium.
you can buy.
Yeah. We didn't just gather up a bunch of fish and do it. We took what was left from a premium load and canned it. So it's awesome.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
It's
you can just open it up and eat it. It's cooked in its own juice. You know, I mean, it's just
nothing added.
It's different.
Salt.
It's different than Yeah. Look at the ingredients on that can. It's just albacore tuna and salt.
Yeah. and if you want to buy it, you can send JJ an email and he'll hook you up. $5 a can.
Yeah.
What a deal. What's the email address?
freshcaughttuna@gmail.com.
freshcaughttuna@gmail.com. That's really cool. And then you're also down at the market.
Yeah, we're down at
market's
the Tuna
cool.
Harbor Market.
That's
The
really
market
cool.
is cool.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not
It's
going
right
to
in front
make
of
$1
the
million
Midway, right?
down there, but we're down there kind of grooving with the environment, and my kids help too, so it's really special. It's a pretty cool place to be, and it's a nice thing.
And that market's right in front of the Midway?
It's just down the road from the Midway, yeah.
In front of Seaport Village.
Seaport Village,
San
right,
Diego.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty cool. And there's live local caught seafood.
There's all kinds of local fishermen peddling their fish there. There's rockfish and sand dabs, and Kelly's got a little sandwich and taco shop out there, and there's a fish filleting station out there, and there's you can buy just about anything, swordfish and tuna and yada yada yada, lobster and crabs and sea urchins, and there's all kinds of. Everybody's got what they catch
and
out
straight from the fisherman.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
On
every Saturday morning.
Yeah,
and you have your cans out there.
Yeah, we're gonna have our cans out there too.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Yeah. Well, we're giving away quite a prize this morning, speaking of cans, too.
You're not kidding, man. We're having so much fun talking to JJ, talking fishing, and we want you to be a part of it. Let's Talk Hookup. There's 2 open phone lines, and they have been packed all show. So 2 open during the break if you want one, and there's 1 each. 1 local line, and that's 858 area code 457-1090. Again, it's 858-457-1090, or you can reach us on the toll-free number. That one's 877-792-1090. Again, 877-792-1090. Not only talking to JH, having some fun, we're also giving away a great prize for one lucky caller at the end of the show today, and that's a 3-quarter-day trip to go fishing aboard the beautiful New Liberty at a Fisherman's Landing, a 3-quarter-day trip on the Liberty, as well as 4 cans of that great fresh-caught tuna from JJ and the boys on the Pikey. So very, very cool prize for one lucky caller.
Very, very cool. And now, if you're in a marine-related business and you're looking for the ultimate office location, have we got a spot for you? The Kona Kai Marina has an actual office. It's like 544 square feet. Pretty reasonable for that waterfront location, too. And you get resort-style accommodations. You get to use the, facilities there at the Kona Kai Marina. And really a beautiful, beautiful spot to have an office. There's that one spot. Yeah.
Can you
imagine? Yeah, so it has to be a marine-related business. And if you're interested in talking about it and seeing the location there at the Kona Kai Marina, contact Steve Pinard. It's spinard, Pinard, at konakaimarina.com. Or you can give him a call on his cell phone, which is 619-246-6346. Of course, Steve's over at Dana Landing in Mission Bay, too, and you can probably catch up with him there. But if you want the ultimate office location, I'm telling you, like, this is it.
That broadcast we did from there was so rad. What a cool spot. Yeah, that's a great one.
500 square feet, 544. You could put a nice little office in there.
Sounds good to me. I need a place to answer my phone. That sounds
Yeah,
good.
man.
I can hang out there, no problem.
Yeah, let's go ahead and jump into the phones, Rick.
You got it. Well, they're literally packed solid. We're going to talk to Tony, who's calling us from Kensington this morning. What's up, Tony? Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Yeah, hi, guys. I hope you're hearing me okay.
Loud and clear.
Gotcha.
Okay, good. Good morning, JJ and all the others. I'd love to have a cup of coffee with you, JJ, and just talk about albacore fishery. I used to do that with my uncle back in the day when we had the fleet down here, small fleet, Kettenberg type boats, and ranged from Guadalupe Island all the way up to Monterey, chasing those albacore. And a lot of the northern guys would come down here to San Diego and dock up and fish with us. But my question to you, JJ, how much of a fleet is up there? And I guess a lot of the guys from San Diego here, like the Jody H. and the Johnny, I forget the name of the boat, but I see them down here at the fish harbor, and in off season they're docked here. But I guess we get quite a few of the San Diego guys up there. Is that right?
Yeah, all those guys down there at the Tuna Harbor, the Herd Grace and the Jody H. and the Tommy John, and there's a bunch of them, Lidorian, Millie G, the Anna Maria. There's
They're all albacore boats.
They're all albacore boats. Pretty much almost all those boats that are right there at G Street in the Tuna Harbor are albacore boats. And
now,
a couple of the guys.
Why is that? Why are they based here?
They're locals.
Yeah, they're local albacore.
And not very many, but a couple of those guys are from the tuna fishing generation.
Sure.
Where they fished in Mexico, pulling line for tuna, and skipjack and stuff. And I wish we could still do that.
And a lot of sport fishing guys too, right? I mean, there's a lot of guys who
there's some sport fishing guys, like Brett, and there's other guys that have done the same thing. Brett was kind of influential in turning me over a little bit.
When we were restricted from going below the border, that kind of put a damper on fishing down below there, and And then when the tuna fleet disappeared, we went along with it. So I actually found my uncle's boat 50 years later. It's up in Half Moon Bay, still floating, and she is now a yacht. Can you believe that?
Wow. That's awesome.
That's way cool.
It really is. It's amazing how long some of those boats last. But I'll tell you, there's a big fleet up there. There's a big fleet. Mostly jig boats. And the jig fishing tends to go on in other areas. Most of the time we're not really bumping into each other in the same zone.
Now, do you have a quota that all of you have to meet? I mean, I'm sure the cannery facilities up there are pretty limited. Is that correct?
Yeah, there's several places where we can offload up and down the coast. We can offload in Owako, and we can offload in Westport, and we can offload in Newport, and we can offload in Charleston, and we can offload in Eureka. So there's all kinds of places, that are conveniently located, but the primary place for us to offload is Westport. And Westport's a good facility because they can handle a lot of fish, a lot of boats, and they have bait.
Okay.
So
you can buy your bait right
well,
there.
we catch our bait
you
there.
catch it right
there.
there.
And we can buy bait there. But that's a big one for us, having all the necessary facilities in one spot, and it's and they're geared up for moving fish in there.
So when you say a lot of boats, hundreds?
Hundreds, yeah.
Hundreds.
No kidding.
Yeah, for sure. And there's Canadian boats that come down too, I think.
They're allowed to fish in our waters?
There's some that are allowed to come down, yeah. And the number's been decreased over the years, but I think there was 45 permitted Canadian boats in our
Are you
water.
allowed to fish in Canada?
Yeah, we can get across the border. We went across the border this year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really?
just
Long
barely.
ways up there.
Just barely.
Yeah, like a mile into the Canada.
All right,
Oh,
so
yeah.
that works.
But you did it.
Yeah. But we cleared. We checked in. We called in and cleared, and then checked out.
Checked out.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good. Hey, thanks a lot. Good information, Tony. Appreciate the call this morning. That does free up for the first time this morning, 858-457-1090. You want to get through? There is your chance.
Let's talk. All right, now let's find out what's going on the water. It's time for our fishdope.com report with the man, Captain Dave Hansen, your saltwater guide. Today, that catch report sponsored by Fisherman's Processing in San Diego. Fisherman's Processing is San Diego's finest, and that's why they're known as the Fish Pros. And once you try them, you'll be hooked. They'll fillet your fish, vacuum pack your fish, all to your specs, as well as offer the best in smoked fish, jerky, and those famous tuna burgers. Check out fishermansprocessing.com for more details, or you can see them when your trip returns to the San Diego landings, and I'd like to see those guys get their hands on some albacore.
Oh,
man. Right? See the
You
boys on the
imagine
table,
Raymond
Fisherman's
cutting that,
Processing.
huh?
Be just
Yeah.
fine with me.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Hey, Dave, nice to see you yesterday.
Hey, thank you guys. That was fun.
That was
I think
great.
the people enjoyed it.
We had a great time having you, Dave. That was great.
And
Yes.
hooping people, you're teaching people how to hoop.
Yeah, I gave them some of those Brandon Hayward hot spots over there.
Sweet.
Nice.
I'll bet Brandon really appreciates that.
Yeah, I was just trying to help him out, you know.
You're that's just that kind of guy.
Yeah. I found some spots in my book that had Brandon's name on them, so I let everybody copy them.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, you know how I am. I want to make sure and share everything.
Oh, yeah.
But hey, guys, unbelievable week again of fishing, man. Bluefin, yellowtail, still biting, and it's November. Once again, like we keep saying every week, all I can tell you guys is you just got to get out there and go fishing. There was some phenomenal yellowtail fishing at Catalina yesterday. There's still that bigger grade bluefin on the backside of Clemente. If you get lucky, the conditions are right, it seems to want to bite. Their fish are there's a lot of that fish way over 100 pounds up on the backside of Clemente. And that yellowfin keeps popping up here and there. Not real sure where it's going to be at. I know Jimmy Decker had a couple of fish a couple of days ago out on the 277 that he looked at a phenomenal amount of fish. Most of that stuff's on the dolphin. You got to get on a potted dolphin and try to get out in front of it. You get a few yellowfin. It's November, guys, so nothing's going to be wide open as far as that yellowfin goes. But if you find the right school, you might get a few fish. And lobster fishing, absolutely phenomenal over at Catalina. Shallow or deep, it doesn't seem to matter. It just seems to matter that you got to get over there and go hooping. And Ryan's got a lot of trips lined up on the Gale Force and the Triton there. If you want to get over there with him, he's got some open party trips coming up. And I was talking to Calvin a couple days ago. He's going to start doing a few trips on the Helena there in Dana Point, fishing local. He's going to try to put together some Catalina trips also for food netting. So check it out. There's plenty of places to go fishing. You just got to get out there and go.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
It's always important to keep in touch with where it's biting and what's going on, and that's how we do it with that fishdope.com report. Always good source of information and a good network of guys always fishing to keep you in the loop.
Oh, yeah. Mark Wish, Dave Hansen, and a whole bunch of guys report to Danny. How does Danny keep on top of that, Dave?
It's kind of crazy. If you've been over to his house, he's got a couple of radios going all day. He's got that phone going. The neat thing about Danny is he's really into it, and he cares, and he wants to make sure that he's given the right information. And over the years, he's learned how to weed through the bad information. So it's an excellent source to get the information that you need.
No doubt about it. $20 off a new membership to fishdope.com by using the code HOOKUPNOW. It's lowercase. There's no space. HOOKUPNOW. And if we want to go with Captain Dave, how do we do that?
Well, we got a couple of different ways. First of all, I still have my guide service going, so I come with you out on your boat, teach you how to use all those electronics you spend all that money buying. Go over to the island or something, give you a bunch of spots that belong to other people. Or you can give me a call and I can take you out on the 65-foot Hatteras that we charter out of Dana Point. And we're starting to do our hoop net trips on that thing here, so we got plenty of stuff coming up. Just give me a call at 949-374-0786. JJ, are we going to get albacore next year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, there you go, guys. There you is.
All right.
So start booking your trips for albacore. We'll start seeing them around the middle of July next year, according to JJ, and it'll be good.
There you go.
Thanks, Dave. Appreciate that. We'll talk to you next Sunday.
All right, guys. Thanks. Thanks, Rick.
Oh,
Yeah, you got it,
sorry
Dave. Well,
about
we
that.
appreciate you coming, man. It was a lot of fun and a good seminar, and we'll look forward to doing it again next year. Well, the phones are absolutely packed up. I know everybody's excited to talk to JJ. Let's jump back into the phones and talk to John, calling us from Huntington Beach this morning. Good morning, John. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey, good morning, guys. Very exciting show. I think nothing like albacore to get everybody excited. My question is, I used to fish up in Westport probably 10, 15 years ago, and just on the Labor Day weekend, sport fishing. And I wondered, I haven't been up there in many years, I wondered if JJ had a recommendation if a guy wanted to get up to Westport for sport fishing on albacore, who he would recommend us going with us.
There's so many charter operations up there. It really is a booming charter fishery up there for
They
both.
have sport boats like we
got
do
sport
here?
boats, and they're beautiful, clean boats. Yeah. There's a little operation up there called All Rivers Sport Fishing, and I'd give them a call.
All Rivers.
All Rivers, yeah, and he's got these 29-foot Defiance boats. He's got 4 of them.
I fished with him on Wednesday.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I
That's
did.
right,
Yeah,
on the
with him and
Liberty.
Greg,
He came down and fished on the Liberty. Yeah, Mark.
He's got a way cool operation.
Oh,
We
yeah,
talked
he's
about
got
it
an
the whole
awesome
time.
operation. And he's got super friendly captains.
Yeah.
They got those super fast boats. They bolt out. They leave at 6 in the morning, and a lot of times they're back 11 o'clock in the morning.
They have 29-foot pilot house Defiance boats, and they take 4 or 5 guys, and they have really good captains and full live bait systems, the exact same way we would fish here.
Yeah.
And they have it's
All
like
the
a
tackle,
4-pack
everything.
charter that has become so popular down here, and you get a couple buds together and go roll out. And he was a super good guy, and it seemed like a really fun operation.
Yeah.
The fishing's typically just like you were saying, 20, 30 miles off the beach, and they got comfortable big pilot house boats, and they jam out and go catch a bunch of albies and jam
There
back
you
home.
go.
Oh,
Yeah, All Rivers. Mark Coleman.
All Rivers charter.
All right,
Yeah.
thanks.
All right.
Yeah.
Good luck. Thanks a lot for the call this morning. When's the time? What time of the season would you recommend if anglers want to go do that?
June, same as here, June
Really?
through October.
June through October.
That's cool.
And best weather time? matter?
Yeah, I don't know. July, August, September. Yeah.
I know it's not for you because obviously it's the life you've been fishing the last couple months, but it's almost hard to realize that's. I mean, because you know from down here, like when that albacore is gone, it's like this mythical thing that's just not around anymore. So it's almost hard to wrap your mind around that. An hour and a half plane ride, up the coast, it's still wide open. It's just as good as it always was.
Yeah.
It's just it's hard to wrap your brain around that you could jump on a charter boat and go catch a whole bunch of it if you wanted to.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Pretty interesting. All right, 877-792-1090, the only line available right now. You want to get through, there's your chance.
Let's talk to Kenny, who's calling us from Hawaiian Gardens this morning. Kenny, thanks for hanging in there with us.
Hey, morning, everybody.
Kenny.
Hey, JJ, I had 2 questions for you. First one is, do you guys have anything to do with American Tuna, the company? And the second question would be, how's your procedure go? Do you guys meter the fish, start throwing bait, guys start pulling fish in? Does that guy getting beat up by fish that's throwing the chum out? How does that go?
I don't have anything to do with American Tuna other than my affiliation with AFA. I think American Tuna is an awesome company. I'd love to have something to do with it, but I don't right now. And when we get on those fish, we use the same exact techniques that we would use sport fishing. Eyeballs are a big one. We're looking for birds, we're looking for jumpers, we're looking for sonar marks. We get jig strikes. And, we get on a ball of fish, and sonar becomes a big key component to stay on the fish or get the boat closest to the thickest part of the school. And then the chummer is, a big important part, and my being able to communicate with him on the speaker to tell him what I see and then for him to tell me what he sees, because he's watching the fish near the rack and how they're responding and so and then the guys in the rack, they're also watching the chummer and they're watching the fish respond to the chum. And so and we have an option too. We want to fish the squid, which is the heavy barbless hook on. It's basically a small lure called a squid. But
like
a lot of
bonita
times,
jig, right?
It's very similar to a bonita jig. Yeah. And then we also fish bait. we have bait wells, hand wells back there, but we have to switch poles. We have a pole that's set up for squid fishing, and if the fish are right there and you can see them, but they're not quite aggressive enough to bite that squid, we'll fish bait. So the guys that are bait pulling, and they've got a little hand well behind them, just like you would on a sport boat, and they kind of pin the pole under their arm and pin on an anchovy, and most of the time it's instantaneous bite, if there's any kind of volume of fish around. But it takes a long time, you got to unhook it, you bring it in. Some of the guys wing the fish, they catch it when it comes in, and then they're right there to be able to unhook the fish and then put that one back and then reach back, get another bait. This is a longer process,
And physically taxing, too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And
How many crew on the Pikey?
Yeah, good
There's
question.
5 of us.
5.
So I'm driving.
Okay.
Most of the time, I'm driving. And then there's a chummer, and there's 3 guys in the rack.
3 guys in the rack. You ever get in the rack yourself?
I do, yeah, but not very often. It hurts. I'll tell you what, that's a young boy sport there.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Is there like a progression? Like is the like when you're working on a deck on a sport boat, you're the pinhead, then the crew member, then the engineer, then the captain. I mean, like, is the chummer like the progression above the guys in the rack, or vice versa?
I don't know.
Okay.
It depends on the guy's skill level.
Okay.
The chummer has to be a good chummer. He has to be good at handling bait. And not everybody's good at handling bait, so that's a really important position. He has to know what he's looking at when he's looking in the bait wells. How much bait there is, how much we got to use, how much we have used. He's keeping track with a pencil on the wall in the bait house, of how many scoops we use per day, and how many scoops we use per stop, and how many scoops we've taken out of each well. And, so he's got a lot going on. Yeah.
Good job.
While there's craziness going on and fish biting and you're trying to,
And a lot of times I'm running back and forth from the wheelhouse while we're in a bite, and I'm crowding bait and scooping up the bait because he can't stop.
Mm-hmm.
If we have a really good school and he's got him going, and it's hard, when you're really a good chummer, you get those fish going, you cannot change. You cannot do anything. You have to maintain whatever it is you're doing to keep those fish biting. So I'll run down there while the boat's just on autopilot, or I'll set it on a turn or something like that at idle, because we're basically continually moving.
You're always moving.
Yeah.
Interesting. And the school just follows you like puppy dogs.
Yeah. And a lot of times that school might have its own mind. It might want to be going west, or it might want to be going downwind, or it might want to be going along the edge. And so I'll have to follow that school with sonar and try to maintain right on that fish if it's moving somewhere other than where we want it to be.
Right.
And a lot of times it is. It's going somewhere else. It's moving. And so staying on it is a big deal.
Why don't you drift on it?
Sometimes we do, but it's funny, the guys who are, generation after generation albacore fishermen, they move. And so I watch them and I learn from them, and that's what they do. Yeah. And I've wondered that myself so many times, to the point where, when we're getting on a school and they're not biting and they're not following us and they're going off and doing their own thing, we've stopped on them and we've annihilated them. Drifting.
Really?
Yeah. And I've told the guys, whoa, man, we're really getting them on the drift. And I don't know, they
just won't do it.
Yeah, they don't do it so much because they're really not that confident in it, and they might try it for a second, but maybe not long enough and move on, But we have done very well drifting on a few occasions. Not a lot, but sometimes.
Wow. It's complex.
Yeah,
it is.
Gotta be honest. It's probably really intense too.
It's awesome. It's intense.
Rewarding.
It's intense when they're biting. It's super fun when they're biting.
Yeah.
It's super hard work. Catching the fish is one thing, but that's only the beginning, because then we got to move them. We got to put them down in the fish hole. Then we got to pull them out of the fish hole, move them around down there to make sure they freeze properly. And the workload's intense. We're not finished until like midnight.
Wow. We're talking about visually finding the fish. You have gyro binoculars.
We have good binoculars.
All right.
We have lots of batteries.
Lots of batteries. All right, very good. All right. Thanks a lot for the call this morning.
Hey, when we come back, we got a lot more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way. More of your phone calls. We had the first open phone line in I don't even know how long. If you want it, this is your shot. 877-792-1090. More Let's Talk Hookup coming your way on the Mighty 1090.
This is Rick Jensen with Sport Fishing Financial. I think most of you get that I'm a fisherman and work with the fishing community, but to understand exactly what Sport Fishing Financial does, ask yourself these 4 questions. First, do you really know how much money you'll need in order to retire comfortably? Next, do you know how much you'll have to save on a regular basis to reach that number? Do you have a process that includes a proven investment strategy and confidence that the money you save will grow? Last, do you have a plan for how to turn your savings into retirement income? If you don't have good answers to these questions, you're not alone. But you should, and I can make sure you do. In addition, if you own a business and currently provide or are planning on providing a retirement savings plan for yourself or your employees, we should really talk. We offer an outstanding variety of creative solutions that are sure to meet your needs.
Some of our listeners may feel overwhelmed. Others may believe they are already doing the best they can. In either case, I bet Rick can help. Set a time to meet with him and start planning for your personal or business investment success. Find Rick on the web at sportfishingfinancial.com or give him a call at 949-481-1807.
Everyone likes special treatment, kind of feel like a VIP. Well, that's how our listeners are treated at Poway Valley Collision. I have personally heard of several stories of how well our friends Jim and Mary take care of their customers that we sent them. Poway Valley Collision is worth the drive from anywhere in the Southland. We know you may not need them today, but when accidents happen, it pays to go to Poway Valley Collision. And listen to this. Our listeners get a special discount that can save you hundreds of dollars on your car or truck repair. Just tell them you listen to the show and you get the deal. They work with most insurance companies, including Auto Club, MetLife, Wawanesa, and more. Just bring your car or truck to them and let Poway Valley Collision do the rest. I have had my truck repaired at Poway Valley Collision, and the job was perfect. So get your vehicle fixed right at Poway Valley Collision. Tell them you listen to Let's Talk Hookup, and they'll save you money on your repair. Poway Valley Collision, 14211 Garden Road in Poway. Check PowayValleyCollision.com.
This is Captain Tim Ekstrom from the long-range vessel Royal Star. With my partners Randy Toussaint and Brian Sims, we have set the bar for the long-range fishing experience. A spring 8-day, summer 5-day, or a fly-down, fly-back 11-day winter trip, we deliver the highest quality long-range voyage you will find. From our premium RSW fish storage to our top-of-the-line chefs and crew, Royal Star distinguishes itself from all others. Want to grab a spot on the Royal Star? Check us out at RoyalStarSportFishing.com or call Tracy at 619-224-4764.
Yamaha's Why Wait for Spring Fall Sales event is here. For a limited time, eligible new 90 to 300 horsepower 4-strokes include 6 years of warranty protection, and eligible new 2.5 to 75 horsepower 4-strokes get you up to $600 in dealer credit. Reliability starts here. Yamaha. Offer ends November 22nd, 2016. Subject to change at any time. Other restrictions and conditions apply. Choice offered to Florida residents is a 36-month Yamaha limited warranty. See authorized participating Yamaha outboard dealers for details. This promotion cannot be used with any other Yamaha offer.
If the fish are biting, I'm on my boat, rain or shine. Of course I wear my life jacket. It's like wearing a seatbelt. Clip it on, grab my tackle box, and hit the water.
Love California, vote California, save California. A message from California State Parks Division of Boating and Waterways.
It's time to get outside on the east side and celebrate fall colors, arts, culture, and recreation in the Eastern Sierra. From now until the first snow, there are a variety of activities that capture the essence of autumn. In addition to enjoying fall color viewing, the season hosts fishing derbies and biking events to theater performances, a kite festival, and art festivals. Check out the Outside on the East Side details on the Fall Colors page at visitmammoth.com. That's visitmammoth.com.
Turner's Outdoorsman, Southern California's #1 shooting, hunting, and fishing tackle retailer since 1971, is right in your neighborhood. Now 18 stores throughout Southern California and 3 in San Diego County. Turner's Outdoorsman brings you the best prices and selection, plus a knowledgeable staff that will help make your day on the water or in the field more fun. Stop by your neighborhood Turner's Outdoorsman. To find the location nearest you, check the web at turners.com and sign up for special deals and more.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090.
All right, JJ Gerritsen, commercial albacore fishing. What a fun show. Getting lots of people here. I got to take an Instagram photo of JJ here so people know how salty he is. Right?
This makes me want to go catch an albacore.
Yeah,
you know how long it's been since I heard the clicker go off when we were tuna fishing on our boat.
I know.
I can't even tell you the last time we had a jig strike.
Hook up.
Yeah,
the only clicker we have is right here on Let's Talk Hookup. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hey, one line open you want to get through, 877-792-1090 open right now.
All right, let's jump right back into it, and this time talk to Bruce, who's calling us from Lemon Grove. Hey, Bruce, welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey, good morning, guys. Hey, just thanks for the event yesterday. It was really epic. That was cool.
Oh, right on, Bruce. I'm really glad you had a good time.
You guys did
such
a good
spent
job.
some money, that's for sure.
Yeah, we put a lot of work into putting it on, and the boys are who get the credit. All the guys in the shop, Ryan and Brandon and everybody, and Doug. It was a lot of work and a lot of fun, and I'm stoked that you had a good time.
What a cleanup somebody must have made on that raffle.
Oh, right. Yeah, we gave a lot of stuff away. It was really, really fun.
Well, my question is for JJ. What are the size fish that you're throwing over?
I want to say that the average overall is about 16 pounds. This year it's cool too because the Westport Seafoods cannery up there, or not the cannery, but the offloader. They have a competition every year for the biggest fish.
Okay.
And we got it this year.
Oh, right.
Yeah, we were stoked. It was 41 pounds.
41 pounds.
Yeah.
Nice.
And so the fish, they vary. They're always all over the board. But so I think a lot of times we're catching like 12 to 18 pound fish, but there's definitely times when we're catching 25s and 30s and 35s. So it's all over the board.
And what's the yield off of a fish, an average fish size? Is it 50%?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
You can sell it by ton.
Yeah, I don't know what the yield is. I'd be surprised if it was less than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What actually goes in the can?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And most of the albacore that you're selling is going to the canned market.
Yeah, all of it. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
So, do the boys know who had the 41 pounder? Was it an obvious like, oh man, this was
Oh
Harry
yeah,
got this, or Greg got this one
for sure. We marked it.
Okay.
Yeah, there's some big ones. We had a lot of high 30s and stuff, and the boys always they're
that
on
was me.
that.
Don't
that was
pretend
mine.
like that wasn't me.
For sure they're on it, and it's awesome when a guy gets a big one because a lot of times those big ones fall off.
Yeah.
You see them.
Sure.
Yeah. There's been some times where you had a really big one and it just almost over the rail and it falls off.
That's right. Hey, thanks a lot for the call this morning.
All right. How about next up? We talked to Hills, calling us from Ventura this morning. Hi, Hills. Welcome to the show.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Hey, my brother-in-law, Glenn Kennedy, who's a surfer like a lot of us, always recommended JJ, and so I did get to fish on the Apollo with them, and, had a freaking great time, but sorry, I hope that's all right on the radio. But I wanted to ask JJ two questions. One is how we saw the albacore fleet in Ventura last year making bait, and I was wondering how does a Lampara net, how does it work? And then the other thing is, does AFA help protect you like we hope CCA is going to protect us?
Absolutely. Yeah, AFA's
what
on
does
top
AFA
of it.
stand for?
American Albacore Fishing Association.
Okay.
And they're on top of political situations and fisheries and all of the hot topics that are coming down the road for sure. They're on it. So
and the polecat tuna fishery is such a clean fishery.
It is, yeah.
But there's still people that want to get you, right?
Well, yeah, the albacore fishery's pretty safe, but there's also things that, that we want to watch out for that are, coming from other angles, whether the fishery is going to have a limit or if it'll become, you need a permit to do it or, limited entry or, there's always something. And the bait, like you said, the bait situation can become an issue too.
Uh-huh.
That's another concern. Can we still use bait, catch bait, all that? And the Lampara thing, we need a permit for it. And we catch. There's specific places up and down the coast where anchovies are common, and there's other places where you never see anchovies. And so those are all little spots in our spot books. We're going to make the jump and we're going to go show up at this area to look for anchovies, Pismo Beach or Ventura is always a good spot, LA. There's places all the way up the coast, we made our bait last year in Eureka
Really?
Yeah, and I'd never been there before, which is all awesome part of the
Yeah,
adventure, Yeah, learning it. And Ken Bates is a guy up there who made his whole life bait fishing, and he makes bait skiffs and bait nets and bait scoops, and
Cool.
yeah. And we met him, and he totally gave us some awesome pointers and helped us out a long ways, and it was great.
That's so cool.
How many years you been in the albacore business?
This was my 4th season.
The 4th season, and the learning curve. How long did it take you to really start to get it?
I'm
'Cause it
still
seems like you're
still
getting it.
learning. I'm getting it, but I'm still learning big time. Yeah. No, I don't even.
First year, was it pretty tough?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really tough. I had no idea where I was going or what the zones were like. Like here you go, it's the 295 and the 302 and the 371. There's that kind of setup up there too, but I had no idea.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I was in left
And now
field a
you
lot.
do.
I'm getting it. I'm starting to understand it more and more.
Yeah.
I still have miles and miles to go in the learning curve, where they go when and when's a good time to look where and things like that. But yeah.
Hey, very good, Tills. Thanks a lot for the call this morning.
All right, how about next up we talk to Tom, who's called us from Temecula this morning. Tom, good morning. Thanks for joining us on Let's Talk Hookup.
Morning, guys. JJ, nice to have you on the show. Just a great show.
Thank you.
My question is, there used to be the thought that there was 2 bodies of fish, a southern area there that, the sport boats in San Diego fished, and then there was always that northern body of fish there that most of the commercials focused in on. Is that still a true phenomena, or has those 2 bodies come together, or has the other southern body disappeared, or what's your take on that?
I don't know. I don't know that there's 2 different biomasses of fish. I know that that's kind of what we believed when I was in the sport fishing industry. We definitely believed that there was a biomass that was, the one that went outside of Guadalupe in the wintertime or whatever, and then came back here in the summer every year. But I don't know that ever was a reality or is a reality. The more studies that they do with archival tags, we're starting to learn more. But the way technology is, there hasn't been any San Diego albacore since there's been archival tags. Right. So we really still don't know, I would say. And I'd be surprised if there is, a totally separate biomass that doesn't go north or doesn't go south.
Yeah, interesting. Hey, thanks a lot for the phone call this morning.
All right, how about next up we talk to Dave, calling us from out in Anza this morning. Hi, Dave. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey, good morning, guys. Hey, I really enjoyed Tackle Days down there yesterday and had some good seminars. I did Art Taylor's there on the Searcher. He's always a wealth of knowledge. And I did Dave Hansen's seminar, too, on the lobster hooping. And what a character. That guy's like Mr. Entertainment.
Yeah.
I can just imagine being on a boat with him. There'd never be a dull moment.
Yeah,
but,
well, thanks for coming down to help out, too, Dave.
Glad you made it.
Sure. Yeah, question for you, JJ. I've read that the average age of commercial fishermen is getting older and older. Not insinuating anything on you, of course. But we're looking at a generation of 50 and 60-year-olds that are still out there doing the commercial fishing. Do you see a new generation of fishermen that are going to come in and fill their shoes someday, or is this another industry we may end up seeing going offshore?
I definitely think there's young guys coming into this fishery for sure. I see the kids, the generations, the kids of the guys who are doing it, taking over the boat and the business after dad goes, but I also see the guys who've been doing this for a long, long time and are getting old. They don't want to stop doing it. Yeah. They love it.
Is that right?
That's their life on the
they
water.
They love
like,
it.
Like
I mean,
it's the guy that owns your boat. They
do it till they die.
Yeah.
And I don't, foresee any time frame where I want to say, I'm done. I'm going to stop fishing.
3 years, I'm going to retire.
Yeah, I think that the guys who are doing it and getting old are just still loving doing it. Yeah. They don't want to stop.
Right. I guess that fishing keeps you young.
I don't know about that part. I went surfing this weekend, and I'm hurt, man.
Hey, Dave, thanks a lot for the call this morning. Appreciate that very much. Let's go ahead and jump back at the phone.
You got it, man. How about we talk to John, who's calling us from Santa Barbara this morning. Hi, John. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hi, JJ.
Hey, John. How are you?
Pretty good.
It's
you
good
know,
to hear
I
you.
started fishing with you in 2003.
Yep.
And when you sold the Apollo, it was like a death in the family because we couldn't fish with you anymore at Guadalupe.
I know, man. I
And
sure
I
miss
just wanted
Guadalupe.
to tell you how much we appreciated all those trips, and we just got back a few days ago, and and had a great time. But missing you is heartbreaking.
Oh, well, thanks, John.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, that's the part of it that I miss is the camaraderie and the people that I've built those relationships with for so many years. So thanks, John. It's really nice.
Okay. Good luck to you in the future.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks a lot for the call. You have a lot of fans out there, especially from the Apollo
Oh,
days.
it's awesome, yeah.
Yeah, I see a lot of people. And
I can't tell you how many people just told me yesterday how stoked they were to exactly just like what John was saying. They're stoked to hear that you were on the show, this weekend at Tackle Days. There's a bunch of people. Oh, JJ's going to be on the radio show this weekend. Like, yeah, exactly. You got a lot of fans in your corner for
Oh,
sure.
that's awesome. I hope I can kind of keep my hands, around the waterfront here, but at the same time, I don't really miss going out every day sport fishing.
I
don't.
can imagine.
I thought I would, but a lot of my friends have asked me, hey, come on, let's go out. We're going out on a day and a half trip. It's all right.
Now, basically, you work 4.5 months, 4 months a year, 4.5 months a year, and then you just play the rest of the time?
Yeah. I'm still working on that part.
Yeah. I was gonna say, but there's boat work.
There's a lot of boat work.
Working on deals for the
sure.
tuna and stuff
Yeah,
like
and I literally am. I find myself just like going, wow, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I don't want to get bored, I love to do all those things, but then you start to feel guilty too,
But then you got to go. Then you got to go do boat work too.
Yeah, there's a lot of boat work. There's a lot of boat work to be done.
I cracked up because I think it was the first week that you guys were back. We were all in the tackle store working away, and the whole crew comes rolling through the shop, and we're like, "What are you guys doing?" And they said, "Well, we just got back, and we were looking at the boat and trying to figure out all the things we needed to do, and it was overwhelming, so we just came by and went to Mitch's and want to come say hi."
Yeah, but
walk
you gotta,
away.
for 4 months, 16 weeks, 724.
Yeah.
I mean, you're working an entire year in that 4 weeks.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you know what? And kudos to my crew because they're awesome.
That's right.
They are awesome. I love them. I'm really glad that I have the guys that I have on the boat, and we all have a good time out there.
That's cool.
Yeah. Now, we know Harry Jr. Came from the sport fishing fleet. The other crew members, are they from sport fishing?
Kevin and Greg. Greg came from sport fishing, and Greg's kind of a little overqualified. He has unlimited mates. He went to Cal Maritime, has a mates unlimited license, which is, enormous.
Wow.
It's giant, yeah.
One of those things you could kind
Makes
of
my
go right.
100-ton license look like, Cracker Jack.
You could go write your ticket doing just about anything. With a license like that, you can get a job doing a lot of things.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah. And then Kevin came over from another albacore fishing boat that, he wasn't satisfied on a few years ago. So he's been on 3 years now. And he's a great guy, super good guy. And he started out pretty green, but he's come miles and miles and miles, and he is an awesome fisherman. And he's an awesome rod and reel fisherman now. I don't think he'd ever held a rod and reel before. But we fished the rod and reel a lot on the pikey, and he's into it, loves it. He's turned out to be a great, great crew member too, good fisherman. And so we have a pretty good unit.
You spend that amount of time with 5 guys, you better all get along, right?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. There's always seems to be one,
Of course.
Yeah, but it's not always perfect.
Yeah.
But the guys are pretty forgiving and pretty knowledgeable, and they want to catch fish.
Yeah.
And they love it.
And that's what it is.
Yeah.
And next up, it's going to be Wicked Albacore. Watch for your TV screen.
I don't know if you'll see that one.
No? All right. Let's jump back in the phone.
You got it. Kevin and Delmar, you're up next on Let's Talk Hookup. Hi, Kevin.
Yes, I'm calling to ask the question, if you go to Northern California or further north, what area would you go out of for albacore?
I would say that the most consistent place that you could want to go fish for albacore would be out of Westport, Washington.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's the spot.
And they seem to come close to shore there, and
bait availability.
There's bait. Yeah, there's a consistent, and also they fish them out of Ilwaco, out of the river, the Columbia River. There's a little charter fleet down there too, but Westport's the big popular spot.
It's like going down to San Diego to catch a yellowfin.
Exactly.
It's where your best shots can
There's a lot of charter boats, a lot of really nice charter boats there. It's a booming little fishing harbor.
Cool. Hey, thanks a lot for the call this morning. Let's sneak in one more, Rick.
All right, how about we talk to Doug, calling us from Irvine this morning. Hi, Doug. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, gentlemen. I wish I could have made it yesterday to that thing. I had a project I had to finish. Questions for JJ. How much is a can of tuna? And give me the email place again, please.
A can's $5.
I can't believe that. All the work and
I know. Well, whatever. Hey, you know what? Yeah, let's share. And the email is freshcaughttuna@gmail.com.
freshcaughttuna@gmail.com. So just shoot you an email, tell you how many cans you want, and I'll
do my best.
Yeah. All right. Very cool. All right. Thanks a lot for the call this morning.
Hey, when we come back, we're going to find out who's going fishing aboard the Liberty and getting a few cans of that fresh caught tuna. We got more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way on the Mighty 1090.
For East Cape fishing, Jen Wren is known as the best. This is Mark Rayer. Great service, top quality equipment, including all accurate reels, CalStar rods, and Sebron electronics, has put my immaculately maintained twin-engine cruisers in a class of their own. For memories of a lifetime, just bring your hat and sunglasses, and we'll provide a fishing experience that will exceed your expectations. Our calendar's filling fast, so don't miss out. For packages, 2 live webcams, a weekly fishery report, and more, check out TeamJenWren.com. We pick up at all East Cape resorts, so let's go fishing.
Fisherman's Landing is the top choice in local and long-range fishing. Hi, this is Doug Kern. Our hardworking crew is always looking for ways to improve your fishing experience. We offer the finest open party trips from 1 to 3 days, the best charter boats available, and of course, our world-renowned long-range fleet is second to none. We are proud to say Fisherman's Landing is now a full-service sport fishing operation, offering half-day trips on the Dolphin, and now, for the first time in the long history of Fisherman's Landing, we have 3/4-day open party trips on the Liberty. We built the Liberty specifically to offer a better experience. Run by veteran captain Taro Takeuchi, the 85-foot Liberty is the first open party 3/4-day boat to offer bunks for your comfort. She also has huge bait capacity and RSW fish holds to keep your catch fresh. Plus, Liberty has a big galley and 2 interior heads with showers. Our open party trips from half-day, 3/4-day, or 1 to 3 day trips can be easily booked online at fishermanslanding.com or give us a call at 619-221-8500. I'll see you at Fisherman's Landing in San Diego.
Fifth Avenue Insurance has a new name. It's Snap Insurance, still providing anglers and boaters with the best in boat insurance and the lowest rates. The experts at Snap Insurance will make sure your boat and property are covered right. Traveling to Mexico? Snap has you covered. You can even work with your agent to wrap your home and auto with your boat policy to save even more. Call them for advice on your current boat policy or any of your insurance needs. Snap Insurance, 800-527-6617 or snapins.com. That's SNAPPINS.com. Great boats, free parking, and a fully stocked tackle shop. Just a few of the reasons Seaforth Sport Fishing is a favorite among anglers. Come aboard top charter boats like the Aztec, Cortez, Endeavor, Eclipse, Apollo, Outer Limits, Pacific Star, El Gato Dos, Alexis, Pride, Privateer, Tribute, Pacific Voyager, and the Voyager. Plus, the new Seaforth Sea-Watch in San Diego offer the finest half, 3/4, and full-day trips available. Check out the full-service tackle store at Seaforth Sport Fishing. And it's all run by fishermen for fishermen. 1717 Quivira Road, just off Mission Bay Drive in Mission Bay. Book online at seaforthlanding.com.
XEPRS 1090 AM, Rosarito, Baja California.
You're listening to the home of the Aztecs.
He's gone. Touchdown, Aztecs.
San Diego's sports leader, the mighty 1090.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090. Right, the big winner, that three-quarter-day trip on the Liberty out of Fisherman's Landing, as well as that fresh-caught tuna, going to Kevin in Del Mar. Kevin, congratulations. You're going to have a great time fishing on that Liberty.
Yeah, indeed, and enjoying that fresh-caught tuna from JJ, caught on the pikey. JJ, thanks a lot for coming in. Sure
awesome,
appreciate
man.
that very much.
Thanks, you guys. That was an enjoyable time.
If you want that fresh-caught albacore, the ultimate in albacore, canned albacore, how do we get it, JJ?
You shoot me an email at freshcaughttuna@gmail.
Freshcaughttuna@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Or show up down there at the Tuna Harbor Market on
go.
Saturday morning.
Saturday morning.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which
you
is
can
a
buy
fun
right
thing
from
to do. It's a cool little outing, Just get up Saturday, cruise on down there and check it out.
Yeah.
It's worthwhile.
Very fun. Right down there at Seaport Village
Yep.
in San Diego. All right, JJ, thanks a lot, and we'll
Thank
see you
you
around
guys.
town
Yeah,
for
that's
sure.
fun.
And we'll see you back here next Saturday and Sunday. Captain Mark Wish from Pacific Edge will be here to talk fishing, bait tanks, and sea bass. Kind of get that sea bass thing going here. And then next Sunday, Greg Stotesbury from AFCO. He's going to be here, too, and another phenomenal fisherman. Great weekend next weekend. We'll see you back here on the Mighty 1090.